Too many Toyotas.
Hello everybody, this is Triple T or Too Many Toyotas, and I'm back with another 4a-ge swap update video. So, yesterday I power washed the engine bay on this thing. It was really dirty and rusty, and I took out a lot of the unessential parts. I don't think I'm going to maintain the power steering at this point. I might just loop it around, fill the rack up with fluid and just loop it around so it doesn't dry up. And then I got the cable shifter in. You can see there I have the rubber and the steel protector from a Corolla in it. So yeah, I just basically angle grinded a big hole in the firewall. That right there was the only place that... Alright, so let me explain something. So I don't know if these are going to actually make the curve. Like, they're going to have to make... Usually it's in the center on a Corolla, like closer to where that brake line mount thing used to be. That, well, you can see this proportion valve used to go on that little bracket right there. So I mean, on a Corolla they're a little bit further over, like towards this way. So my only concern now is that these won't be able to make a sharp enough turn to get to the... Like, they're gonna have to go back like this and over. So that's my only concern right now, but it's kind of too late to fix that, so hopefully it works. Yeah, that's pretty much all well and good. I don't know. I hope it works. It should. I mean, as long as the cables aren't at such an angle that they kink, which I don't even think is possible. I mean, it might be a tight fit, but it's, I think it'll work. Yeah, so that's like the only place I could do it, though, because the heater core is, like, right there. So you can't even see anything on the inside of the car further that way. That, and there's the bracket there, and the mount there, and the double-layered part of the firewall with that piece sticking out of it for the rack mounts. So I couldn't go any higher either, really. But yeah, so that's that. And then let me show you how to get the clutch pedal out of an N13 Pulsar. So you have to pull the entire dashboard, first of all, because you see this HVAC vent right here, the one that I'm almost out, and I just wanted to make the video before I got it out. Like, it goes from there at the blower motor, or at the heater core, over to here, and it connects to the door right there. Like, there's a little kind of... There's a vent that goes like this, and it kind of connects to this right here. So it blows through here, actually, which is a really nice feature of this car. But to get the clutch pedal out, basically the top bolt of the clutch pedal is down there. It's like behind... Basically this is right in the way. And I was actually able to get the bolt out just using a ratchet and a swivel socket. I just barely got that out of there, laying on my back under the car. But yeah, there's not enough clearance backwards with the... Like, when you have the stuff pulled out up front and you have the last bolt that's blocked by this, you still can't pull the clutch pedal back far enough to get out. So that HVAC vent has to come all the way out of there, which requires pulling the entire dash, including, you know, basically everything, just to get that stupid vent out of there so I can remove the clutch pedal and put in a clutch pedal that has a hydro unit on it. So, kind of pissed at Nissan engineers right now, but it's good that I'm pulling out the dash anyway. I can clean up some stuff back here, and if I need to make custom gauges or whatever. I was kind of planning on doing it anyway, but I was too lazy, so now I actually had to, so whatever. Yeah, but the cables down here, this is all mounted to the floor and beautiful. And I got the cables running through. Let me see if I can get a good angle. Kind of just runs back past the gas pedal. It shouldn't interfere. I might tie them over just so it doesn't interfere. But as you can see, there was nothing back here besides my absolute rat's nest of a radio harness that I've... Okay, so I'm going to tell you the quick and brief story of my radio harness. It's an absolute mess because when I got the car, it had a Clarion cassette player in it. It didn't work. So that had its own harness. So I pulled that out and I used... I believe I put in a Kenwood. No, I didn't. I put in a Toyota cassette player that actually did work at the time, because I was still big into cassettes back then. So, I'm going to sit in the car a minute. So, I put that in, and then I got tired of that, so I put in a better Toyota cassette player, which actually was just a plug-and-play, that had an equalizer and everything. I think I've showed that in other videos. It was in the Celica convertible before. But then, I wanted to put in a Kenwood, so I went back to a Kenwood harness, and then I decided that in my Tercel I wanted to put in the Kenwood, but okay, this is really stupid. Basically what ended up happening is I went from a Clarion harness to a Toyota harness. I cut the Toyota harness back off, I put a Kenwood harness on it, and then I cut the Kenwood harness back off and I spliced on another Toyota harness, because now all my cars have Toyota harnesses. My Tercel, my Camry, and my Nissan. And I just have one adapter that connects all of them. So if I want to put a Kenwood in any of my cars, I can just put I have a Toyota harness in all three, so I can just plug in a Toyota harness adapter to a Kenwood radio adapter. So that's basically how it is. So you can see it's an absolute mess, and I'm not proud of it, but I mean, it is what it is. A lot of things I did when I was younger that if I'd have done now, I would have done a little bit different. But, yeah. So, anyway, there's my freaking ramble-on story about that. But, yeah. As soon as I get the clutch pedal in, I might remove the AC condenser also, just for some weight savings. But, then we'll get the dash put back in, and we can start with, I think I'll put in the engine after that, because we can, now everything behind the engine, my way I workflowed this is I wanted to put in everything behind the engine first. But anyway, for today, that's Triple T or Too Many Toyotas signing off.